Bethany Hamilton's been on an absolute tear throughout the rounds today. Got rid of Tyler Wright in the second round. And then Stephanie Gilmore, she put Steph into this fourth round heat with a strong performance in round 3. Steph's up against Nikki Van Dijk. She's got good history against Nikki. 3 head-to-head matchups in the past, and Steph winning all of them. So she'll take some confidence out of that, and probably take a little confidence out of the fact she had some pretty decent numbers herself in the third round. In the past, we've seen Courtney, Conlog, Sally Fitzgibbons getting onto some pretty decent-sized boards. Some guns in order to just maintain that control on the open face when the swell gets a little bit bigger. Looks like Steph's board's working fine on this first ride. She did have a throwaway ride earlier, but only generated a 0.3.
What kind of wave you're going to want to avoid? Because of that southwest direction, it's pretty straight, so you can get those down the line moves. You want those rollers so you can really lean into a big turn.
Here goes Nikki, had a look at this one. Keep that board under her arm. What a catch.
That was great effort from Stephanie. That was sketchy to win. Caught her board like a sail. Beautiful snap right there. One of the positives with this strong wind right now is if you hit the lip just right, you're going to send spray a mile into the air. So again, you want to look for that perfect position on the wave before the lip breaks, where you can send smoke signals out the back.
Gabrielle Medena's been there just recently. Looking forward to seeing how he performed in the pool. But right now we're just on 24 minutes, 45 seconds to go. Steph Gilmore is up, looking for a score to go with the 6.17. Decent opening turn. This wave reeling away, but Steph did well to cram a couple of moves in before it shut down. Was eavesdropping as per usual, and she was saying, how can you be bummed? She was obviously talking to a friend, and happy to see Bethany progressing through the rounds here. Here goes Nikki Van Dijk. This wave, you can see it's reeling off pretty quickly.
It's really hard to break on to that tour. You know, there's only a handful of girls on tour that haven't, don't break into that veteran category.
Most of Steph's wins have come on the forehand. She'd love to get one here with backhand turns like that, but just gets caught up and goes over. So Nikki Van Dijk, she can capitalise on that error from Gilmore. She's going to drive up into this first section and just swooping through a couple of carves. Nothing too critical at this stage, but the wave is flattening out a little bit. She's just chipping away, trying to get a mid-range score on the board to give herself a chance at snatching the lead with 12 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Back on the ski to the takeoff zone for another shot at a big number. Here's the replay.
And I've been wrong before. I'm not in sync always with the judges, so one thing they may like a lot about this wave is just the quality, the size of it. So as soon as she stands up, she's on her way to a decent score. But if you look at the maneuvers, they were a little bit on the cruisy side. No mistakes. It's definitely solid. But again, if she needs to get a little more aggressive, put that board vertical.
Got the nod for priority, so that's a huge advantage. And here she goes. The 21-year-old driving down the line, a lot of speed here. Off the bottom, eyeing off this section. A more critical attack on the first maneuver. Gliding through her second turn. Needs to commit to some big moves on the inside. This wave's going to shut down, and she went for it there. Nikki Van Dijk just carefully steps off her equipment, and that should be Nikki's best wave.
4.7 by not putting her board in a critical part of the wave. Better effort this time.
It's a 7.24.
Oh, it dropped 7.24, so not bad at all. Again, still leaving a couple points on the board for sure. Had she smacked that lip, right there, those two sections were so money. You're just begging for her to crack it, but she avoided it just a little bit, and then the third attempt was more critical. She got in the scoop of the wave. At least, she ended that wave on a positive note, and the judges rewarded her.
They haven't rewarded her yet. The requirement's 7.24,
gotcha.
So she's chasing that number. As we see Gilmore taking off. Has some speed, high line, trim, and then drives off the bottom. Nice backhand whip to start. Second turn stronger. as she looks to finish this one off, but the wave's going to shut down and she'll kick out.
There's a very tight transition. It's very easy to poke and pearl. So it's much more of a committed effort to hit the lip right in the danger zone. Nice little swoop, sending some spray. Now watch this maneuver right in the pocket. Right there, she had to step on a tail so she doesn't pearl. The judges love that, and that's why all the points are rewarded in the critical part of the wave. Score is only just now, Ronnie, dropping for Nikki. Again, right there, you're looking for her to crack the lip, but she kind of went under it. Just a setup turn. Smooth little wrap right there. And this is her best maneuver. A little more steep, cupped out face. And she ripped one right there. So not a bad way to finish. And it looks like the judges will be a little happier than that 4.7.
Had put herself on those waves, or had the opportunity on Nikki's waves. You'd think that maybe she would have done a little bit better.
100%. Here we go.
So Gilmore again, forced to take the first wave of the set, but makes no mistakes on that first turn. But that's all she's going to get out of that ride. So even though Nikki's got the pressure of having to serve for a 6.18 in the final stages, she's unchallenged out there at the takeoff zone at the moment. Not being dragged out of position. This is her shot at it. Way more aggressive on that first turn and whips through the second maneuver. I think she's aware that this wave's running out of options on the inside. She's not going to commit to the end section float, but a couple of decent turns. Is it a 6.18, Ross?
Feels like it, you know, it's, in my eyes, that's the best surfing she's done in this heat.
1 minute 35 seconds to go. Let's have another look at it. Drives off the bottom. Way more aggressive here.
Yeah, that was cool. I mean, she hit the lip. The waves are strong out there, so it's not easy to hit the lip. The only concern for Nikki is her second and third turn were just okay. So it's all going to be hanging in the balance on that first move. Not even Stephanie has really cracked the lip yet in this heat. So it all depends on how happy the judges get with that first maneuver.
Great vision from the drone there. Look at all that white water. Gives you an idea of just how much motion is out there. I still think this is going to be really close. Don't know if I'm convinced that Nikki's going to get the number. It was just that first turn. And the second turn, I don't know if there was enough in it. We're still waiting on that score to come through. So the judges are definitely reviewing, I think, some replays.
It really is about this first turn right here. I mean,
that's pretty solid.
It really is saying something. And once again, if you crack the lip out here, it's got so much power, the judges will be happy about it. They'll definitely throw you some numbers, but the second and third turn were just little swoops. They're taking their time. They're still deliberating.
Well, they're not deliberating anymore. The number is in, and Nikki Van Dijk gets the score she needs, a 6.5. Wow. And Steph Gilmore, she cops her worst finish in a CT event in 2016. Nikki Van Dijk stepping up, impeccable wave selection, getting her through to the quarterfinals. She'll now be up against Bethany Hamilton.